Hey, did you hear about the Steam Summer Sale? Did you hear about Elder Scrolls 6? Hey, dude, did you know weed's legal? And so, what's your thoughts, huh? What do you think?
What's it to you? Hi, I'm William Wallace.
I'm Spencer Farthing.
And welcome to What's It To You?
Today this is our first podcast, right?
Yeah, this is attempt number 1.
This is attempt 20. We've been trying this for like 3 hours, I think.
Yes, yeah. So, coming here, we have... Oklahoma has this problem where we'll start a road project, never finish it,
Take 12 years to...
and then decide to start a new one. And yeah, so road work on 412 sucks.
They were contracted by us.
Like, whenever you merge onto the highway leaving my house, you have to go past 2 stop signs just to get to the on-ramp. You get on the on-ramp, and then right when you emerge onto traffic going this way, you gotta come to a stop, and then try and squeeze your way in from a full stop. It's magical.
It was, first time I saw it, though, I was trying to go on the other side of the fucking... Because there's a big-ass gap in between these giant, what was it called? Like those giant orange...
Cones.
Yeah, they're bigger than cones. They're thick, they're thick boys.
They're grown-up cones.
They're grown-up cones. There's this giant space between the grown-up cones, so I tried to get on the other side, but then it just got smaller and smaller. I'm like, man, that really fucked up this road, didn't they? I wonder why they're working over here. This one needs work.
Alright.
And then I finally pieced it together. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm about to fall in this ditch. But I bounced.
So, you watch a lot of stuff on streaming services, right?
No. That's a you thing.
That's a you thing, okay.
I gave up on Netflix, dude, because it doesn't really have anything that I'm going to watch again, you know? Because they got rid of all the fucking movies or all the third-party shows that are worth a shit. Like Malcolm in the Middle.
So, the reason I asked you that is I was going to ask you, what's your thoughts on, like, you take Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon Prime Video. If you had to only use one for the rest of Hulu.
It's not even close. Amazon Prime Video just sucks cock.
Yeah, Amazon Prime Video, I'm not a fan of that at all either. But for me, I would say...
They got Power Rangers. That's it. That's all they got.
They have Power Rangers. So is Netflix.
Oh, then never mind.
Okay.
I'm talking about like each of the seasons, you know.
Yeah, so is Netflix.
Oh, I thought it didn't. We had to like go and find all the ones in Amazon Prime.
Okay,
at one time.
they did at one point.
One point.
I don't know if they still do.
Yeah.
Okay, but no, like, I would actually say Netflix is my favorite one purely for the simple fact that if you take Hulu and Netflix, like, on their own, yes, Hulu does have more stuff to watch on there. But, and this is going to make me sound like a lazy asshole, at my job, I have a lot of downtime where I'm just walking around doing nothing and I don't have a data signal. Or I don't want to burn through my allotted 22 gigs of data, which is quite a bit, but dear God, that sucks it up. So Netflix lets you actually download the shows that you want to watch.
That's what she said. Sucks it up. But are you talking about, wait, Netflix you can download it, or?
Yeah, on Netflix you can take your shows and you can
I didn't know they did that now.
I didn't actually know that either. That's why.
When did that start?
I think a while ago. Actually, I think like back in 2016.
Oh, so we're just dim.
Yeah.
But I just like Hulu better because they actually have a selection. I mean, it's fine on your niche of a market in that case because most people don't really have downtime at their jobs, William.
All security guards everywhere thank Netflix for that.
How about your...
Yeah, I'm a security guard.
Wait, couldn't you... I thought you could do that on Amazon Prime Video, though, as you download.
I don't think you can. No, you can download the stuff that you've bought from Amazon.
Alright.
But you can't download the stuff from Prime.
Take them from our show notes here. Fucking... I'm not really done talking about it because it's I suppose that it is kind of a short discussion whenever it is just talking about what it is, because Netflix does have their own shows, but they're just shit you binge, you know? It's not, I'm not going back to watch Stranger Things anytime soon or Daredevil.
Like, sir, every show is a show you binge when the whole season is presented to you as one cohesive. You can hit next episode.
No, they even structure them like that, where you know what I'm talking about, how each and every show ends each still on this like weird cliff note where it's
shit, even Game of Thrones does that, dude. And that was before, like, streaming became a thing.
Yeah, now they do, but...
No, like, even in season 1, they did that.
Yeah, that's based on a book, though, where it all came out as one. Because that's one full story, though. I'm talking about things like Deadwood or The Wire, you know?
I have not seen either of those shows.
You're a fucking uncultured swine.
I've watched
I
watched Jessica Jones.
I know what the real winner is HBO Now.
HBO Now is pretty good.
Because it's where all the good shit's at.
Okay, so moving on. So Steam is currently in the process of doing their summer sale, and I have no self-control over me or my wallet.
Yeah, dude, you fucking bought like...
I bought 32 games.
It looks like more, hold on. Let's see, $377.
Yeah, I bought $377 worth of games. And you might be wondering, what does $377 get you? I got just some of the, like, notable ones. I got Shadow Warrior 2, Resident Evil 7, Divinity Original Sin 2, Tales of Berseria, Bayonetta, Neo, Ni no Kuni 2, Final Fantasy 15,
Statement the Sniper Elites, you got...
I got all 4 Sniper Elites.
Wait, I thought you skipped 3.
Yeah, I already had 3, but... Okay, yeah, so I got Sniper Elite 1, 2, and 4. But, if I was to buy that outside the sale, that would have been $924. So, I don't feel too bad.
You still have zero self-control. I mean, it's still like an opportunity to buy, because what would you usually spend on games outside of it? Maybe like $100 at most.
I would buy like a $60 game.
Yeah, shouldn't you just spend still the $100, but you're getting more of it? No, that's your excuse to fucking have a problem.
I mean...
Like you're returning, like, alcoholic.
I do this once a year.
Mm-hmm.
One time a year, I spend this much money.
I only have a drink one time a year.
And that's fine.
So on New Year's Eve when I get hammered and go to jail. It's only one time a year I spend half my paycheck. Oh, that's a fucking lie. You got the fucking neat new little iPad. Where the fuck is that? Oh, it's over there.
It's on my bed.
Got a $400 iPad out of the blue.
I spent that my last check.
You do a lot of things out of the blue.
Yeah, usually whenever I blow money, it's about $400.
Yeah, close around there.
Okay, that's like the definition of first world problems. But speaking of the iPad, we
iPad.
That was like the shittiest segue ever.
I didn't even mean it to be a segue.
Speaking of the
I was
iPad,
just talking about your little problem, William. I'm trying to help you. You're my friend.
So 3 days ago, or 4 days ago, somewhere around there, Apple released the iOS 12 public beta. Now, iOS 12, you could download the beta if you're a developer, or if you want to do this weird workaround to where you get a developer's license without paying $100 for it. It was janky and just not a good time. But they finally released the actual public beta. Like, anybody can download this. You just go to Apple's website, you sign up for the beta preview. It puts this profile on your phone, and then when you restart your phone, you'll have a software update for you.
This is a very you discussion right now. You're explaining, but I'm not getting any of that.
You download this profile on your phone from the Apple Beta website. You restart your phone, and you'll have iOS 12.0 Beta 1 available. You're a dick.
You're I have an iPhone you fucking gave me. Because you blow so much money, you got a fucking... Oh, I don't want an iPhone anymore. And so you got the most expensive phone in the market at the time. It was like, what?
I upgraded to it. Thank you. I didn't actually buy it outright.
You spent the rest to pay this off though at the time, which was
It was $200.
Okay, and then you got an iPhone. Oh, I'm sorry, it was a replacement because it fell down the elevator shaft.
Yes.
Yeah, and then what was the iPhone you got? It's an 8, 10, 8.
It's a iPhone 8 Plus.
Oh, I figured you got it. Has the X come out?
Yes, the 10 has been out for almost a year now.
Oh, okay.
And
I don't follow that. I don't actually care that much for Apple, but hey, it's a better phone. I mean, you should see the phone I used to have. It was just a spiderweb fucking screen because I dropped it while jump roping. I don't know why I had it in my pocket while I was jump roping.
I don't know why you're jump roping, but that's hey, whatever.
It's good for you.
Well, I mean,
what?
I'm not gonna say it. Okay, so back to you download this beta profile, you install on your phone, you reboot your phone, you get iOS 12.0 public beta 1.
Let's talk about the more interesting shit, like the measuring app. You showed me that.
That's what I was about to get to.
That's a casual audience thing. That's fucking dope.
I like the beta. There's a lot of really cool stuff that's coming to iOS 12, like what he just said, the measuring app.
And now she'll know if your dick's just an optical illusion.
the way to measure an app.
Make it look bigger, but then she uses the app.
No, you can't use it to measure stuff already in a picture. The way it works is you have to use ARKit. I think ARKit 2, and what that does is you take your iPhone and you wave it all around the room. And it gets a sense of the scale of everything. And then you can go, let's say I want to measure Spencer's iPhone. I would point it at the camera and I could make 1 point here and at 1 point here. And then that would tell you that that's a 4.5-inch screen. The other thing that is really nice that's finally coming is group notifications. Android's had this since, I believe, Lollipop. But I don't really give a shit. Like the fact that it's coming to iPhone, that is awesome.
Your sausage fingers made my screen all smudgy. Oh, continue.
The fact that it's coming to iPhone is really nice. The battery life, though, the biggest problem with the beta comes from the battery life, which that's pretty much how it always is, especially with it being public beta 1.
The battery shooter now?
Yeah, like my iPad. I had it on my iPad. My iPad's always had really good battery life. When I installed the beta on it, it pretty much gave me the battery life of my iPhone. That's the best way I can describe it. Like, it would still last all day. It's just, generally speaking, it lasted more than a day. And I'd say it drains like probably twice as fast. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait for the full release. Like, install it for a little while if you don't mind having to start from new when you go back to iOS 11.4. But it's still worth testing out.
Earlier talking about how they don't make any good S model secondary cases for the second battery deals.
Oh yeah,
I feel like at that point you might have to, even if they're dog shit, you know.
Like he has the Apple smart battery case on his phone.
I got a normal size phone.
But yeah, they have that for the iPhone 7, and it'll work for the iPhone 8. You can put
your
it
phone,
in.
Steve Jobs would probably have an aneurysm on and die a second.
Yeah, because Steve Jobs, he hated the idea of large phones. Like even your phone, he still probably wouldn't be a fan. Like he really liked that 3.5-inch screen.
His idea behind it was that your phone had to be able to do this comfortably without having
to where you could hit all four corners of the phone without having to reposition.
Phones have gotten so fucking big though. I naturally cup it like this. In my hand.
I can't. We're actually recording the video from my iPhone, so I can't show you how I hold it. But yeah, no, I have to do this weird hold it and cup it in my hand.
You do the fucking old lady thing, and then dialing the fucking phone.
Yeah, a lot of times I'll also just hold it in my left hand and just use my right hand.
I've had to do this where it's dangling around woo.
Dude, you have the small iPhone too.
So I think he may have had a point there.
See,
the dead guy who probably has a point.
Now, introducing the iPhone 11 Plus. It's an iPad. It's just an iPad.
An iPhone 12. That's not the Plus model. That's just the regular. Bring a fucking TV in.
No, like on the new iPhones.
It's like we regress and we have people like instead of carrying around the fucking stereos and shit.
So the new iPhone, I'll show you one here, and I'll put a still in on the actual edit that I do. iPhone 11. This is what's rumored look like. Like we'll have 3.
Ugh.
There'll be 3.
It's fucking gross.
Yeah, like the model that we've had since. Ah, goddamn it! It doesn't like my ad blocker.
Whitelisting. This pages are wuss.
Okay, so there we go. Now we can go to Forbes.
Jesus Christ, isn't there Forbes? Welcome back to.
Alright, so the way that it's rumored that's going to be is there's going to be a budget model of the iPhone. There's going to be the normal upgrade to the iPhone 10 we have now, and then there's going to be an iPhone 10 Plus. Now, the only one that actually even looks relatively good is the upgrade to the iPhone 10 Plus.
Oh, the normal one?
Yeah.
Not the budget. Wait, the bigger one's the budget one?
Yeah, I think that's how it's going to be.
I don't get it.
It's because it only has an LCD screen instead of an OLED screen, and it would be like made from aluminum instead of stainless steel. It's just cheaper components.
Mean cheek will.
But yeah, like Apple hasn't officially unveiled this, but it's pretty reliable rumors. It's just the problem with the other 2 iPhone 10s we haven't seen before is that the sensors that would be underneath the notch there.
It's overlaying some of the fucking screen. I just realized that.
Yeah, like it.
That's weird.
Well, no, I mean it is overlaying the screen. That's how that's the notch. Like it's on top of the screen. And
I know, that's weird. I figured just a bar like this.
No. Like you got that, and then here, that you don't have that blackout though. Like it's just all visible.
That's weird. So they get rid of any of this stuff going on. You know, where it's kind of like weird.
Yeah, the way you launch, you haven't seen any videos on the iPhone 10, have you?
No.
Like, okay, so the way you launch...
this is a very you subject.
The way you launch Notification Center is you swipe down from this left-hand corner, and then the way you launch Control Center is you swipe down from this right-hand corner. There's no home button either, so you can't... Like, the way you launch Control Center on our phones is you swipe down up from the bottom. Swipe down from the bottom here takes you back to the home screen. So to get to Control Center, you swipe down from here.
So it's still the same. It's just weird.
Yeah, like I don't know. I've never used it before, but I can see what they're getting at. Like it does look like a good phone. So yeah, like let's get away from the iPhone because that turned into what should have been like a quick 3-minute thing into like almost 10 minutes.
You're doing pretty good for our first podcast. I feel like it's going to be a lot of work for you and excluding many uhs and ums.
See, it would almost be better if it's just dead silent because most podcast apps let you just remove the silence. For the fact that we're going, that's gonna be fun.
Reminds me of those fucking crows from Hat in Time. You know when they're asking for your information and because they didn't record any audio for like whatever random shit you'll put as an answer, they go, "Oh yes, I do like."
Alright, so you're going to talk about Elder Scrolls 6 and Bethesda in general.
This is the only show note I put.
Yeah, like everything that you're hearing in this podcast was all stuff I came up with. He mentioned this. This segment brought to you by Spencer.
Not Elder Scrolls 6, but just Bethesda in general. Their conference, but they had the best conference, even though it was kind of still weak sauce from what you want. Because we got two JPEGs and a teaser.
And two JPEGs? Like a picture?
Basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield.
See, when E3 happened, I was working
they pulled a fucking Prime 4. Yeah.
When E3 happened, I was working like 56 hours, so I never really saw any of the stuff. And I I just haven't really gone back and looked at the trailers.
What's his news?
I know Elder Scrolls 6 is coming out. I know Fallout, I think 76 is coming out.
Elder Scrolls 6 will be like 3 years from now or something.
So probably next gen.
Yeah, they already said that, yeah. But it'll come after Starfield, which is also next gen.
What's Starfield?
Their new IP. They haven't had a new IP in...
No, they haven't.
In 25 years.
Is it their IP or
Theirs.
is it... Oh, so they're not just publishing it.
Yeah, they haven't had one in 25 years.
Is it an RPG or is it like...
An RPG. It's a sci-fi RPG.
Well, holy fuck. You got post-apocalyptic Skyrim, you got fucking medieval Skyrim, and now you can have sci-fi Skyrim. I feel like that's how it's gonna go.
Shut your mouth. Just have a fucking identity. But Starfield may be cool in concept, but it's just a JPEG that they show.
Yeah.
It's just an old loop in space and it says Starfield.
You exit out of it, but I was gonna try to click on this article, everything we know about Starfield. I feel like it's not a very long article.
Well, we know it's called Starfield, and we know it's in space.
Okay, I gotta look that up. Keep talking.
Reminds me of when you're like bullshitting on an assignment you know nothing about. You know those things. It's like,
the name of the book I read is
was.
All right, let's see what PC Gamer has to say about it. So
there was a.
Are you serious with this ad blocker thing? Okay.
There was a treasure on an island.
All right.
The book was called Treasure Island.
So what is Starfield's release date? The release date hasn't been announced yet and don't expect it anytime soon. Is there an official trailer? There's a teaser trailer.
Yeah, the old.
It shows the sun cresting the atmosphere of Desert Planet and it shows a space station. It's implied a more realistic tone akin to Gravity than Mass Effect. Okay, whatever. How far along in development is Starfield? There is a release date, but yet...
They say they've been thinking about it for a long time. During the show, he's like, we've been flirting with the idea that we've been thinking about making it for a long time, and then I guess we are.
There isn't a release date just yet, but Todd Howard says the project has moved out of pre-production and is currently in a playable state internally. Wait, so does that mean it's almost done, or is it just like it's in the most alpha of alpha phases?
Alphas, yeah.
Oh, okay. When will we know more? It's unlikely we'll hear anything significant this year.
They're probably still writing some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's coming sooner than Elder Scrolls 6, which isn't even at a playable stage of development yet. So, okay, so we'll get...
Yeah, so Elder Scrolls 6 literally is just a thought.
I feel like it's just going to be Skyrim in a more desert area.
Desert area?
Yeah, like, well, when you're watching, let's show like it showed like 1,000 hues of orange. I just assumed it was desert area.
Where?
Yeah.
No. Elder Scrolls 6 was on a mountain pass. Like, yeah, it just kind of show the... Yeah, it's not... See?
Oh, shit. Okay,
yeah,
I
what are you
remember...
talking about?
I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, so it's going to be like...
Talking about Rage 2?
I might be thinking of Rage 2.
Yeah, we're not going to play the audio for it, but yeah, it's fog right now, but that's because you're going through a mountain pass. People are saying that it's like a Daggerfall, actually, with a High Rock and Hammerfell that's going to be based around there.
Okay, so it's like a rainforest type of thing, almost.
Just from what is described with people who are avid into it, just the scenery itself is heavily Hammerfell.
Like, I don't know, like, it's not frozen tundra, go fuck yourselves, from what it looks like, so that's cool.
I don't like the ice aesthetic of Skyrim.
There's a lot of things you don't like about Skyrim.
I'm having fun right now. Just I think it's been done better.
You're having fun right now, isn't he? This man finally just bought a game from 2011. 7 years later, he finally just bought it. And how much did you pay for that? Remind me again, how much did you pay for your first copy of a 7-year-old game?
40.
You paid $40. That was fantastic.
What? I didn't think about it. If I had in time too.
Well, that's great.
That game's funny.
Okay, so...
But, yeah, with Skyrim, I just think it's been done better. It's more casual now.
Well, yes, it's been done better now. It's a 7-year-old game, Spencer.
No, I mean done better before it.
Nah.
Yeah, it's just the whole series was neutered after Daggerfall. Yeah, it's more mechanically sound because, we're in the future. But
like,
I don't know why they removed a bunch of shit. Like, Daggerfall had actual climbing. It's going up ladders, digging up walls.
Daggerfall also had pixel art graphics.
Yeah, but why didn't they take the shit that it did have in that work and then just update the graphics and then add more on top of that?
Well, like, I don't think any game has Daggerfall level stuff.
Why not?
I think it's
all you had to do was just scale down the map and then have it not be randomly generated. That's how they compensated for the really large map because they wanted it to be in Hammerfell and High Rock.
I thought you said Hammerfell and High Rock was next game.
Daggerfall was also based in Hammerfell and High Rock. That's what I was saying. It's basically Daggerfall because...
I thought you were talking about Skyrim. Like, never mind.
Yeah. Hammerfell and High Rock has already been done, but in Daggerfall. But the reason why I say that is because, it just... A lot of people like to shit on, like, Oblivion for just being basically down... No, or Skyrim being downgrading some things that Oblivion did for no reason whatsoever. It took away the level scale, the enemy scaling. Sorry, not the level scaling, enemy scaling, which is where the enemies level up with you, which was the worst part of that game. And I don't like that game because of that. It just blows. Morrowind doesn't have that. That's exclusively in Oblivion.
My problem with Morrowind stems from the one small fact. Well, no, not that. I can deal with the graphics part of it. The thing that pisses me off is that I'm used to games nowadays where you get a mission.
The journal line.
Yeah, it puts a point on your map. That's where you go. If you want more details, there's more details for you. If you don't give a shit about the story, which I really don't in any Elder Scrolls game give a shit about the story. I just want to go to the mission point, kill the shit, move on with my life, be super awesome.
I can see what you mean there, because
even Divinity, Divinity Original Sin is like one of my favorite RPGs ever in terms of the combat. The combat's amazing, but it does this thing where it assumes I give a shit about its story. I really don't, but you have to read through a lot to actually figure out where to go. I like that that's an option for people who care. I just wish it would give you the other option too.
My thing with Bethesda is I have a strong love-hate for them. I like some things that they do, but I also hate what they don't do.
Make a finished game?
Yeah. But it confuses the fuck out of me. I'm like, okay, well, why'd you remove that? It would definitely work good in this new thing.
How do you feel about Fallout 4?
But yeah, a lot of people like to shit on Skyrim or Oblivion for removing things. Oblivion actually added back things that Daggerfall already had. No other game in the entire series has neutered and took away more mechanics than Morrowind did when Daggerfall did it.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
No other game has neutered and taken away more things than when Morrowind did it when Daggerfall did it.
Yeah, Morrowind took away all the shit that Daggerfall was building up to.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't have an actual court system. It doesn't. You can't buy a horse or carriage or a house.
See, okay.
You can't own all of them.
So I have a theory about this.
You can't. You can't climb.
I have a theory about this.
Right.
Okay. So up until this point, Arena and Daggerfall were only on PC.
DOS.
I don't give a shit. They were on personal computers.
DOS.
I don't care about what operating system.
DOS.
They were on PCs.
Yeah.
Morrowind comes along. Was a lot more technologically
because
advanced.
it went on to consoles. It got more casual.
It's a lot more technically impressive from a visual standpoint. You have all this other new stuff in it, but then you also have to make a console port of it because it's on the Xbox now. So you can't do all this other stuff that works well with the keyboard and mouse. You have to make it work with a controller.
Yeah.
But that translates to the PC version as well. Even though it has a different control scheme, it still has to work.
No, because there's still console commands.
that doesn't matter. Like, yeah, it still has to be the same version as the console version. Like, it doesn't matter if a PC can do more.
Yeah, because it isn't like you can port MechWarrior over without making it come with its own controller, because even MechWarrior on PC has its own unique...
Like, but where I think it happened was not even necessarily the control scheme. I think it's just the Xbox only has a finite amount of power. And so all this other stuff that they could have done would just taken too much power to do on the Xbox. So the PC version didn't get either. Like, it just wasn't a thing that happened. And moving forward, that's how it's... Oblivion, it was on consoles, it was on PC. Skyrim on consoles and on PC. Even though the PS3 version of Skyrim was, I wish that didn't exist.
What was the point of that? They just like half-assed it so they can make their gimmicky fucking due date of 11/11/11.
Well, no, it wasn't even that, dude.
Bunch of twats.
No, like, it wasn't just Skyrim around that time period. For whatever reason, Sony in their infinite wisdom decided they had to be special.
Yeah,
and create the cell architecture.
Yeah, but then again, like, I don't really see that as much of a problem years down the line whenever... Because they still... Because they made a better PC port, PS3 port of Oblivion, which was years before that, so I don't get what the fuck the problem is. I literally just think that they rushed it and they did a shitty job.
It might be some of the rush, but the PC...
Fallout 3 did it better. New Vegas did it better.
The PS3 version of Oblivion, when you compare it to the 360 version and the PC version, is... Okay, well, let's not even come back to it in the PC version. When you compare it to the 360 version, it was obviously the lesser version. Like, throughout the whole lifespan of PS3, really, up until like maybe the last year or two of it being a thing, third-party versions of games, they just were better on the 360. That's one reason why the 360
What about the Arkham games? The word Flawless.
Okay, well, great. That's 2 games.
I'm just saying, like...
and they're not even, like...
I don't really see it as much an excuse, though, because...
I mean, kind of, like...
You're developers, you know? That's your one and only job.
I mean, Sony's hardware manufacturers, their one and only job is to make something easy for developers to actually use.
No, that's... the thing was to try and make it as powerful as it could be, you know?
Yeah, but the 360 was still more powerful.
What was that? It could do other things in aspect, but it couldn't run or showcase a game like Last of Us, you know?
I feel like it probably could have. Like, if it runs all these other games a lot better... If, like, Naughty Dog had set out to make The Last of Us on the 360, I'm pretty sure it could have. I don't really see what it was like. It wasn't that much more powerful than the PS3, like, because all of them could output in 1080p.
What about, was it Santa Monica when they did God of War 3? That was in 2008. That's especially impressive because that's a 2008 game.
See, yeah, like that is...
You know how fucking pretty God of War 3 was?
I don't know, because that's one of those things, like, yeah, like, I know that first-party developers for PS3 obviously had an advantage, because that's the only thing they developed for is the PS3. And I'm sure they had dev kits sooner. But it being only 1 year after the PS3 came out, like, PS3 came out in 2007, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
but Skyrim doesn't have... This was several years after.
Yeah, okay, I see what you're talking about. Like,
yeah, like...
I do...
Yeah, and it came out the same year Arkham City came out, Portal 2. Those run fine on the PS...
I feel like one big thing that generation with third party, at least on PS3's developers, just could not be fucked.
Obsidian made a better PS3 port in a year and a half time, making Fallout New Vegas on some other fuckhead's engine.
Like...
Yeah.
I feel like the big problem was they just could not be fucked to figure out the PS3.
Dude, Obsidian bitched Bethesda. Made them look like amateurs with that
I don't know if I can really blame developers for not really giving a shit about learning how to do the PS3, but at the same vein, just don't make a PS3 copy.
If you don't want to do it, then yeah, don't do it. It's just a waste.
I mean... I don't know, like...
Waste of time, effort, and resource. They could be doing just adding more things to it.
The reason why I would say in my head, at least, I win the argument about the cell architecture being retarded, is look what they did with the PS4. They made that bitch as easy to fucking develop for as possible.
I still wish there was some sort of backwards compatibility.
It's not gonna happen.
Oh, why not?
Because you have... Okay, the way backwards compatibility works is it's still an emulator. you still have to emulate that game being played. It doesn't actually have the original hardware in it.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd have to emulate that retarded cell architecture.
What about for PS1 and PS2? They didn't have retarded cell architecture.
Yeah, but the PS3 didn't have PS2 backwards compatibility. I think it did the first generation one.
Yeah, first gen for some games, but it had full compatibility for PS1.
Yeah, but the PS1's real easy to emulate. Like, your phone can emulate. Even when, like...
So can PS3 do a PS1?
Yes, the PS3 could do a PS1.
Can I put in a PS1 disc right now onto my PS4?
I don't think so, no.
Why?
I don't get it. I think it's just because it doesn't have backwards compatibility for the PS3 or the PS2. And the PS1 was so many years ago that why would you spend the time developing that? Like,
because once you had to buy some outdated console from some guy named Jeff in the back alley van.
I mean, if you... Okay.
A Target.
I get your argument, but if someone gives a shit about playing PS1 games at this point in 2018, almost 20 years after the console came out, they're going to already have a way to play PS1 games. They're not going to need their PS4 that they just bought to have the backwards compatibility.
They haven't released that many, though, because they got Parappa or the Rappa, and they got a Medieval. They don't got both of them. They got a Medieval, I think.
What do you mean?
On their PSN store.
Oh.
Yeah.
Does the PS4 even have PS1 games on the PSN store?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Parappa the Rappa.
I thought it was on
A Medieval and Ape Escape 1 and 2.
I thought it was only
They don't got Metal Gear Solid. They don't got Silent Hill. They don't got Silent Hill 2.
I know, like, Metal Gear Solid at least. I know the PS3 store had
Silent
those.
Hill 2. That's PS2.
Like, the PS3 store had Metal Gear Solid. I know that for a fact.
Doesn't have Resident Evil 1, 2, or 3. It doesn't have...
PS3 had that.
Yeah. PS3 had all of them. Like,
yeah.
Whatever you can think of.
Like, again, I think the big issue with that is just... I don't know, though, because, like, Nintendo, like, I don't have a Switch. You do have one. Yeah. On the Switch, have they launched a, virtual console thing yet?
I didn't see anything. No, they haven't.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, well, I was looking through there trying to find a copy of Hat in Time, but I figured that game would be on a Switch. I was wanting that on Switch instead of PS4.
So, I think the thing about it is, like, what I just said, like, anyone who actually cares about playing PS1 games at this point has a way to play PS1 games. Like, I mean, dude, you still have your PS3. Like, if you want to play PS1 games, just switch your HDMI cable and play your PS1 games.
So freaking Nintendo. It's like, Nintendo has a stupid value system where they never drop price no matter how many years old their game is.
Yeah, like their game's almost always...
It's like it's like in the virtual console since it's still their games that they're selling. They sell like fucking like Metroid Prime. No. They sell like a Super Metroid for fucking $60.
See, I don't think they would ever...
I would kick a Jap in the balls.
I don't think they would ever do that because
I'd make them commit ritual seppuku.
I don't think they would ever like have the balls to sell Super Metroid for $60 purely for the simple fact that you know how easy it is to play Super Metroid on anything. Yeah, emulation is a thing.
Damn, dude, how far are we into this?
We are 38 minutes.
Oh man, I lost track.
Yeah, okay, so...
Yeah, we should probably move on to another topic. Yeah, Doom looked good. Anyway.
So...
Space Force!
Space Force!
Space Force!
The Space Force is a thing. About, I think a week, maybe 2 weeks ago now...
It's fucking cool.
Donald Trump got up and went... I'm hereby directing the Department of Defense and the Pentagon to immediately begin the process necessary to establish a Space Force as the sixth branch of the armed forces. That's a big statement.
Let's not talk about him or any political figure.
No, we're not. I'm saying what he said.
I know.
We're going to have the Air Force and we're going to have the Space Force. Separate but equal.
But...
Now,
Where he kind of converted me on the opinion is like, wait, why don't you just make a separate division within the already existing branches to protect the satellites?
Okay, so you're getting ahead of yourself there. Like, the one thing I want to say about that, him getting up there and doing that, what I find kind of funny but annoying Now, before I say this, I am going to say, like, in the show, we're going to try really hard not to focus on politics. But there's one thing that I do have to say. He didn't tell anybody he was going to do this. Like, he just got up there and did it.
I kind of like it more because of that. It's kind of like...
Okay, the president can't...
Hey, guys.
The president can't actually launch a new military division without approval from Congress. So.
He probably just said it, though. I doubt... Yeah, because it's still going to have to go through Congress. I know.
I know.
Just announcing it.
But
that probably was the announcement.
But what I want to know is him turning to, like, this general or somebody and just going, I want you to get on this, make this happen. And he just goes, we'll do that. And I would love to know what's going through his head. Like, oh, this is a day in the life.
I don't think he really had much. Probably had like, fuck it, we're doing it.
But, like, okay, so my big problem with this...
Like, you're the boss. Kind of that mentality.
My big problem with the Space Force is I don't see why it's necessary.
I don't have any problem.
Like, I mean, yeah, it's cool. The idea is cool.
Yeah, I'm literally just there. I'm just at the, fuck it, we're doing it.
But
Dad, fucking...
But the thing that I want to focus on is him going, we're going to have the Air Force and we're going to have the Space Force.
We got the airman, the seaman, and the spaceman.
My question is, like, if we're going to have the Air Force and we're going to have the Space Force, why do we need the Space Force? Couldn't the Air Force just take care of that?
We made like this vow that if they are called spacemen, we're going to join. So we can be called. So we
pass the physical.
So we can be called the spacemen.
Neither one of us would pass the physical. Okay, so.
Why do you say that? I can run a long time. Blue ships and stuff.
Oh well, have you seen me? You might get in, but I that's not happening with me. But
and now that weed is legal, I won't be so twitchy.
It's legal in Oklahoma.
I don't know.
In 30 days.
In 30 days. Maybe the training will be in a freaking free state.
Okay. So, now essentially when you get down to it, the reason why the idea of a Space Force is floating around is we have these satellites in space. They're extremely important, and it's kind of the same thought process as how the Navy protects the stuff that we have in the ocean. The Space Force would be protect stuff we have in space.
Like Earl.
Now, the problem that I have with it is when we already spent a ton of money on the military, as it is. 55% of our budget goes to the military.
I looked that up because I thought he was joking, but I heard that. I'm like... Because, goddamn, how much were we spending last time? Because didn't Obama do an 80% cut on them?
I don't know, something like that. I'm not sure.
No wonder we're in debt. That's needless.
That's where I'm getting like, okay, like opening a new branch of the military is going to cost a lot of money.
Dude, we can drop this down to 20%. We still be the most powerful military on the planet.
You have that. And then the whole idea is like to protect these satellites. Now, a lot of these satellites are actually owned by different branches of the military already. So, yes. What I'm getting at is, if they're already owned by different branches of the military, wouldn't it make more sense to just have those branches take care of it? And if they don't have the resources already, I feel like it would still be cheaper to give them the resources than to open a new branch entirely. Like, let's say the Army has a satellite, you could have a new MOS for that type of thing. I don't know, like, it's cool. And if we were actually exploring space more, I would be more into it because that just gives me this whole like Star Trek, the way it sounds, a Star Trek vibe.
Yeah.
But it's kind of dumb.
Well, maybe it's just a like footstep into that type of future because I feel like that kind of society would have to start somewhere too.
So my question for you, Spencer, is terrible segue, but how much would you ever spend on? How much?
Worst.
The worst. How much would you spend on a bottle of water, max?
50 cents.
50 cents, okay. Now, what if I told you that I could sell you a bottle of water for $29.57, and it's gluten-free, it's a gluten-free weight loss drink, and even better, it has a hot dog in the middle of it, like right inside, so you can have a little snack as you drink it.
I would say. Take it. Take all of it. Every cent. I got a penny. You want these pennies? I don't like pennies.
Okay. Alright, so...
Let me find those later. Toss it over there.
A man at a festival in Vancouver was selling hot dog water for what I just told him, $29.57, marketing it as a gluten-free weight loss drink.
I don't know why I did that impression of Trump. I'm a Republican. You're the Democrat here. Seems counterintuitive. But yeah.
This whole thing turned out to be a joke and, showing people, falling for marketing. But the thing about it is, it's still really sad if more than, 2 people bought this.
Did you look at how many people actually...
No, I couldn't find anything on how many people actually bought it. But I can imagine a couple because it's at this festival and... People buy dumb stuff.
They bought a hot dog in a bottle.
Okay, so...
Yeah, I stuck my wiener in this piece of bread. It's called a cog sandwich. It's really healthy for you.
Alright, so...
rye bread.
We've mentioned this a couple times
now.
Rye
bread is really healthy.
We've mentioned this a couple times in the podcast already. But... medical marijuana is now legal in the state of Oklahoma. Oklahoma State Question 788 passed a couple days ago now. And the way it works is, this kind of Cliff Notes version of the law. A license is required for use and possession of marijuana for medicinal purposes and must be approved by an Oklahoma board physician. Later, it states that there are no qualifying medical conditions, so you don't have to some kind of a terminal disease or anything like that to get it. It's just if a doctor thinks that you need it, then you can go ahead and apply for a marijuana license.
You know any good doctors?
This license will cost you...
Doctor, I got a tickle in my throat.
This license will cost you $100, or if you're on Medicaid...
You got the good shit?
If you're on Medicaid, Medicare, or Sooner Care, it'll cost you $20. It's good for 2 years once you have it, and the license allows you to carry 3 ounces of marijuana on you, and then at home you can have 8 ounces of marijuana just at home. So altogether you can have 12 ounces of it, 72 ounces of edible marijuana products, and up to 1 ounce of concentrated marijuana. You can also grow it. You can have 6 mature marijuana plants and 6 seedlings. Okay, reading that all out loud, that is a lot of stuff.
I wonder what the fucking actual document they had to put the law on.
It's long, dude.
Probably 50 pages of some shit. Let's kind of skip that and have the general discussion on it. So, are you excited?
Hold on, there's one more thing I want to say.
Are you excited for the pot?
I mean, if I need it, yes. I do wish it would pass it recreationally, but at the same time, I don't want to go hey, it's medically. The law kind of is. It is loosey. And the fact that you can have it for 2 years.
But since we're in Oklahoma, there's native tribal territories.
That's right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, I forgot to put this on the show notes. Yeah. We're in Oklahoma. There's these native lands areas that are technically separate from Oklahoma law.
Yeah.
I don't think it's technically. I think it's just straight up are.
Yeah.
And they had to go on the news and remind people that it's still illegal on tribal land.
Which is woefully ironic considering my people have took down more pot than any other group.
He's half Indian.
In history. Half-Blood Creek, which is ironic. I used to be dark. I was born with a black hair. Red skin, the works, but then I fucking turned Polish.
And now you're all pale and brown hair.
I'm Polish.
Do you have blue eyes? What color are your eyes? They're green?
Yeah,
okay.
Hazel, they switch between.
So it's so legal. So if you go to a casino, you have you have your medical marijuana. You go to a casino, you have it on you. I guess law enforcement there.
If we both got caught with it, I'd be fine.
Yeah, that's what he's laughing about earlier. If like, I don't have an ounce of Indian blood in me. He's half Indian. We both have the equal amount on it.
Whoa.
We're pretty certain that, like, if he got caught with it, he'd get a slap on the wrist. If I got with it, I'd go to whatever.
Like, whoa,
do they have their own jails, court systems?
I haven't seen
that. How's that?
Yeah, I actually met she a Choctaw judge? Yeah. And then she specializes in those tribal laws.
I don't know, like, I get why that's a thing, but it's just weird to me that still exists. If that makes any sense.
I can see religious endowment, but most Indians I met are Christian. So
yeah,
kind of pointless now. I do find it funny though. It's probably just to keep the benefits. Because
what do you mean?
Well, think about Indians have done the biggest, funniest Jew maneuver out of any race in history. Right. See, it is the greatest thing I've ever.
Now, I want to preface me saying this by saying, yes, I do feel bad for what happened about 100 years ago.
No one cares.
I know that, but what I'm getting at is, you realize that they are the only conquered people that... Like,
that one. Fuck you guys.
Like, that's really messed up to say, but that is, like, if any other nation had come in and taken over the lands, they would just be either killed or made to be, like, citizens of that nation. Yeah, like if Germany had come in.
Jews have gotten more shit than anyone.
Yeah.
Because Armenians.
Okay, so AMC's doing this thing where they have a new program launching called Stubbs A-List.
Oh, did we get that yet?
No, we do not have this. Yeah, you can go out and buy it now.
Right now?
Yeah, but before you spend your $20, let me tell you what it is.
Okay.
So for $20 a month, you can see up to 3 movies per week in Dolby Cinema, IMAX, RealD 3D, or digital. You can watch more than one movie a day, or you can spread out throughout the week. Customers can watch a movie more than once as well. It also allows you to order ahead of time on the app and reserve your seats, just like buying a normal movie ticket. The one caveat with it is it requires a 3-month minimum commitment, and $19.95 price is guaranteed for at least 12 months. So if they have any kind of, they go up in price any at all, you'll still keep that $19.95 for the first year of it. Yeah, that's awesome.
That's bad. I mean, it shares $120 a year.
But okay, here's the thing, dude.
No, is it? No. Sorry, that's $240. My bad.
It'd be 20 times 12, so yeah,
$240. $20 is the price of a normal ticket and something.
Well, okay, so like generally when you buy a ticket online, it's about $12.50.
Except Warren, who wants to be so fucking different.
Yeah.
It's $15.
But the AMC, it's about $12.50 a ticket.
Yeah.
Now, yes, $20. If you only go see if you only go see one movie, no, this isn't worth it. But the fact that you can go see 3 movies every week,
that's 12.
I will go watch movies I would never have gone to watch otherwise, purely because of this.
Yeah.
Like as soon as I get paid, I'm signing up for this.
This is like the afternoon delight for them. It's
now.
dope.
So for our last story today, we got a funny one.
I forgot about this one.
Yeah, so remake The Last Jedi. So The Last Jedi, thoughts on it?
It's trash.
I liked it more than you did. I thought it was okay.
But it's trash.
As a Star Wars movie.
As a movie.
Like it's not the worst Star Wars movie we've gotten.
It's Transformers tier.
Yeah, but it was okay. Like I didn't regret going to watch it. Like, I don't wish I had my $12.50 back. Now, apparently, this is a problem with a lot of fan bases, but the Star Wars one is really bad about this.
They're the obnoxious ones.
Well, Star Wars means so much as a cultural thing that that it needs to please everybody. Now, if you're wondering why I say that, an anonymous group has decided that they want to remake The Last Jedi with fan submissions in order to please the entire fan base, because Star Wars The Last Jedi has the fan base so divided.
Crowdfunding it. If that's the case, then why don't they do the prequels?
Right? Like, no one cares about the prequels, just The Last Jedi that is a problem. Because, The Last Jedi is better than prequels.
I don't want to say that.
Like, Revenge of the Sith is better than Last Jedi, but not remake, The Last Jedi is better than Attack of the Clones and better than Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
But no, they're crowdfunding with these pledges.
They went over $90 million.
No, they haven't. They say that they've exceeded $90 million, but the way that they aren't taking money yet. The way it works is you go to their website, they have a Google Forms set up to where you can put in your email or something resembling an email address and a dollar amount that you want to pledge. Yeah. But you don't put in your credit card information. You don't do anything like that. It's just someone like
they're just saying. No.
Yeah, someone pledging like, I'll give you $50. Like whenever you guys go out to do this, hit me up. I'll give you $50. They've exceeded 90 million, but I guarantee almost all of those are just trolls. Presumably, though, once they reach their 200 million goal, that go to Disney and somehow convince them that what they need to do as a company is halt production on episode 9. Well, these random fuckheads decided they're gonna fix their movie that they made 2 years ago.
Fix their garbage.
It's amazing. Like, there's a really just kind of sad way.
Hey, Disney, I love what you're doing, but I don't like what you're doing. Can you be better? Can you be better for me?
I mean, I've heard people not liking the movie, but this just takes it to an all new level.
Our ticket sales pay your salary.
God damn it.
We're your boss.
Okay, now, here's just my personal thoughts on it. If you don't like a movie, or you weren't a fan of a movie, don't buy it. If you already bought your ticket, you walked out of the movie, didn't like it, don't buy it on Blu-ray when it comes out. Don't watch it again.
I didn't buy it.
No one's gonna.
I saw it. I didn't buy it or pay it, give them any of my money. I haven't given Disney my money. Incredibles 2 was the only one.
Yeah. Even when we go to the theater and see MCU movies, I usually pay for the ticket.
Yeah, I didn't pay shit.
Okay, so the way we want to end every episode of What's It To You is we want to give you guys a recommendation on something that you can go set out, go watch, go play the game. We're going to do one movie and one game every week. My recommendation for my thing you watch, it's a TV show. It's Brooklyn Nine-Nine. You probably have seen The Lonely Island on YouTube like they did... I'll say it. Like they did Jizz in My Pants.
Jizz in my pants.
They they did these.
I touched some grapes and I jizzed in my pants.
They do these comedy songs.
My favorite one is Incredibad. It's where an alien comes down from space, and that alien he gets fucked by 3 of them. One in the front and 2 in the back. We're folded in like a Chinese finger trap.
Now, okay, so the main dude from Lonely Island, Andy Samberg, he's the main character in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He plays Jake Peralta. He's this detective who don't give a fuck. His words, not mine. And, he's just this... What can I compare this to? Okay, take your average sitcom, but then add in Law and Order, but parody it. And you have Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's really good. It actually got canceled not too long ago, which is a great sales pitch. But it was canceled by Fox. They cancel shit early. Remember Firefly.
Fox, we cancel shit.
NBC Universal, within 24 hours, picked this show up and renewed it for its 6th season. So, the 6th season...
It's the most douchebag thing.
Now the 6th...
you guys.
I believe the 6th season is going to be the final season.
We're going to remake Last Jedi.
But the show, we're going to remake Brooklyn Nine-Nine. But the show is already kind of coming to an end anyway, so at least it's getting this final season. You can wrap up all its loose ends. It's a good time. Now, my recommendation for a game is one that...
I'm going to use your segment, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Just to talk about my first recommendation.
Oh, okay.
A movie I've been trying to get you to watch. It's called Hot Rod.
God, yeah.
And Hot Rod is also starring Andy Samberg, and it is written I believe, by Andy Samberg. I forgot the specifics of it, but the gist is that it's about this man who becomes a daredevil. He becomes a daredevil doing stunts to help raise money for his dad's heart surgery. The reason why he wants to raise money for him so he doesn't die too early because he wants to kick his ass. It's and it's so important to him. He doesn't hate it. He doesn't hate his dad. He just wants to get his respect. So his father finally sees him as his son. It's his stepdad actually.
I do keep meaning to watch that.
You keep forgetting to watch that.
I do. I'll watch it later today.
It's it's really fucking funny. There's this one scene where his friend he just casually calls the phone and he comes and picks him up. He's like, "Can you take me to the hospital?" Sure. He's like, "So what's wrong with you?" And he has this giant fucking piece of metal stuck to his head. He's like, "Dude, you alright?" "Oh yeah, I'm good." "Well, what happened?" "Oh man, I was tripping on acid earlier." And it just does that whole sequence. But
it sounds great.
The hook of that movie is most comedy films have very basic premises way doing it. This is a movie where the premise itself is funny. What's Hot Fuzz? It's just one of my favorite comedy films of all time. It's a officer who gets commissioned to his countryside.
Yeah.
Town. What's I don't know, pick one. Ghostbusters. They're basically exterminators.
See, I was about to name one, but that actually does have a pretty unique premise. Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
No.
He has to fight the 7 evil exes in order to get with this girl.
Well, you can narrow that down to he's trying to impress a girl.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I would say Scott Pilgrim kind of. Here's another one. Though, like producers. I probably should have had that one as my recommendation, actually.
Okay, well, as a second recommendation, go watch The Producers.
Yeah, because fucking what that one is they're trying to. It's this failing production company. It's just one guy, and he has this guy on, and he tells him that they could theoretically make more money off a bad film, and by retracting the proceeds by giving 100% of the legal right to some other person that's funding their film. So whenever it bombs, they keep it, and the fault goes on them. Yeah. The person who funded it. Anyway, so they try and make the most horrible film. This is based almost after World War II, where it's still fresh in people's memories. And they make a Nazi-based musical comedy.
No.
They dance around going, they get an actual, a Nazi, a neo-Nazi to write the play, get actual outfits, and it's a play. It's like, don't be stupid, be a smarty, come and join the Nazi party, and they're twirling around.
That's awful.
But it turned out to be a success because people found it funny. But anyway, your game recommendation.
My game recommendation is a game that came out a couple years ago. It is on the PS4, but it completely flew under my radar, and that's Dying Light. This is the best zombie game I've ever played. That's actual legit zombies, not The Last of Us, where it's well, no, I guess this one ain't legit zombies either, because you can they have this thing called Antizin, and that's kind of where the game starts with them trying to...
Yeah, what about Resident Evils?
I like this one more than Resident Evil, to be honest. I really like Resident Evil, it's just, this one... this is one of those games, if you ever played one of those games where it's this was made for me.
I figured Dead Rising would be the...
Dead Rising?
Is that what it's called?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah, where you're in a mall
I
and
really,
a journalist.
I really like that one, too. But this one I've played recently.
You're probably just saying that because it's in your memory fresh.
Well, it's still really fun. The best part about it is when you're at night and you have these really dangerous zombies chasing after you, and you got run literally for your life to the nearest safe house. It's great. So, what's your game recommendation?
Fuck, I don't know. I didn't write it down. Hold on, let me think.
Skyrim, because that's what you're playing. If you haven't played Skyrim, go play Skyrim.
No, I was gonna talk about. Do I want to talk about Morrowind yet?
Talk about Morrowind, man.
Yeah, but we just got off the bet. I'm gonna avoid Bethesda things.
Okay. So you have like 2 lukewarm recommendations from him. The Elder Scrolls series.
The Elder Scrolls series. No, I'm personally more of a Fallout fan over Elder Scrolls.
Well, okay. How about that other game that you bought?
New Vegas?
That you bought recently. I don't want to steal your steal it from you.
Hat in Time.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Hat in Time is good. Go buy it.
What is a Hat in Time?
Well, it's a girl who has a hat and she's trying to get back in time. No, she's not. She's not actually time traveling though. There's like fuel supply is these like hourglasses in this vault, and this mafia man in space who's also a chef breaks through a window, trying to knock down. It's like, hey, everyone going over mafia town pay a fee, even in space. You know, he breaks a window and then the fucking vault opens and all of her fuel comes out. You know how that happens. And then the hourglasses, they go all around, and that's the whole game. They're like the stars in Mario where you're trying to collect them at the end of each
It's a
stage.
really good 3D platformer.
But the hook with this is that it's like the old like original Xbox or PS2 style of 3D platformers, where they're not collectathons, kind of like Banjo-Kazooie. Cthulhu. Banjo-Kazooie. Kazooie. There is stuff to collect, but that's not the whole hook where you need the things to do that, apart from the hourglasses themselves. But it is in that realm, and it is fucking fun.
See, now there's a little bit of an interesting story on how he got to buy this game on his PS4. I bought the game originally.
Mm-hmm.
And
on your computer.
On my computer.
Pooter.
Hey, Pooter. And I was playing the game. He comes over, he's like, oh, wow, what's that? And he fucking... I go to sleep. I wake up to him playing the fucking game almost at the end of it.
And then you take a shower, and then I beat it.
So, I mean, like, I got to start the game over, and I've yet to start the game over. But
I blame you on that one, to be honest. Because you didn't get far at all. You passed the first level, which is 2 minutes long.
Alright, so we're at the over an hour mark now, so we're going to go ahead and call it a show.
Right. Thank you for tuning in on What's It To Ya.
Yeah, if you're still here, if you liked this, go ahead and subscribe, and we will see you next week.